The Lights of Zetar. This is Star Trek Original Series, Season 3, the dreaded Season 3. We're getting close to finishing up all these. I'm going to rate this using my space system, story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best you can get. I'm going to give this a 1. Basically, Scotty hasn't had a love interest for a while, so throw 1 in there. That's the story. No. This weird light thing kind of penetrates the ship, affects people's senses in different ways. It affects the girl. This is a new girl. This is her first ever whatever trip in space. So she starts having like premonitions and stuff, and that's sort of what it is. It does check a lot of the boxes. There's like, crew's got to do something. There's a problem to solve. There's an alien. I just wasn't that excited about it. That's all. I didn't really get a lot out of this like light creature thingy, and it makes people go and talk all weird, like in slow motion. Someone hit the slow mo button. It's fine. I don't really have a problem with it, but it's not one that's like gonna stick with you and be like, oh man, I gotta watch that one again or something, right? It was just kind of standard. So 1 means it's okay. Like it's okay. The pacing, yeah, I'll give it a 1. Again, it's okay. I'm not bored out of my mind or anything like that, but I don't feel a lot of urgency. There's a little bit, because there's some danger there, but I'm not like super like tense, like, oh man, I just felt like, yeah, this is a lot of back and forth with the girl. Oh, what did you see? What did you remember? What happened? And she's like, I don't know. Ultimately, it's kind of, whatever. It's just, again, it's just not that interesting. I don't think it's like garbage or anything like that. I'm just not like, it's not edge of your seat. For the artistry, I'll give it 1.5. The color, I'm watching the upgraded versions. So you've got the better looking light creature thingy. They put it on the face, and that's kind of creepy, I guess, right? So it looks good. It's more than just being on the ship. So there's other stuff. There's a neat alien. So I'll give it a 1.5. Everything looks okay. Characters, I'll give it a 1. All my Star Trek review for characters are always going to get a 1 because the 3 leads are amazing. Usually, if you get more than 1 on this category, it's because you're secondary, either maybe your alien, your villain, your side characters. In this case, we have the girl. She's okay. Like, I don't hate her or anything. She's kind of bland and slightly annoying. Like, this is her first space trip, and she's kind of giving the doctor a hard time, and it's like, well, he's here to help you. I know it's her first thing, and they've kind of made an excuse for her. I don't hate the character at all. Like, she's fine. I'm just not like, yeah, or like there's a few characters where you see some of these side characters and you're like, oh yeah, that guy was great. Or like the performance was good. Or like, maybe like the guy's eccentric or something. Like there's something going on. I feel that she's just kind of there to be, pretty. It's like, oh, I'm pretty and I'm with Scott. It's like, okay. Scott does a lot of great stuff though in this one. So maybe I could give it a little bit higher score, but to me, the regular crew is always good. So unless they're really terrible, you're always going to get a 1. So really, it's the other characters. Yeah, I'll stick with 1. Enjoyment factor, look, I'll give it a 1. It's fine. This isn't like the greatest thing ever. But going through season 3 now, the dreaded season 3, I don't think it's quite as awful. It's definitely a step down from season 2, which is just like 90% crazy awesome. I think they had ideas, they just didn't execute some of them very well. I think they relied a lot on Shatner and Nimoy and DeForest Kelly to kind of carry the load on some of these. This is a similar thing that happens with a lot of shows. Like, you get to a point, Starsky and Hutch is a great example. Starsky and Hutch, just if I take this quick aside, I still have time. I'm trying to keep this under 10 minutes. Starsky and Hutch is a great example where like first 2 seasons are stellar. Like your mind is gonna be blown. So great characters, great stories, very dark at points. And then all of a sudden season 3, people are like, well, we want to change this up, make it a little bit more lighter, a bit more like entertaining and less kind of gritty. And you're like, well, what the hell happened? It's just, they're like hairdressers and stuff. It's like, this is like absolutely silly. Like, what the heck happened? To me, that was a bigger drop than Star Trek, because Star Trek still has cool ideas. But just like Starsky and Hutch, the reason I watched season 3, and season 4 is a little bit better, is that you really like these characters and you're sort of into this, oh yeah, I just want to see what Kirk's up to. Now that can be dangerous for a show because you do lose quality if you're not thinking about the story they're in. But ultimately, for me as a fan watching, I'm like, well, I like to see Kirk, Spock, McCoy hanging out. Scotty is friggin' just awesome, man. This guy, he's got to, I got to throw him up. I feel like I almost want to throw him up a notch to the top 3 guys. It's tough. He's just below. Like he's definitely above the latter 3. I like Uhura. I actually really like her. They should have done a bit more with her. Chekhov and Sulu are towards the bottom. Scotty's in that middle tier where it's like he could almost jump up a section, but it's just he doesn't do enough in these. But anyways, it was a fun episode. I'm giving it 5.5 out of 10. So that's a pass on my scale. A 5 is a pass. It's just a bit more than a pass because though I am watching the upgraded Blu-rays, it looks pretty good with the lighting effects and stuff. So that's everybody. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please hit the like button, consider subscribing, and check out Clobberin Time's Saturday Night Star Trek. Every Saturday night they cover 4 episodes. The link is in the description. Thanks everybody. Until next time.